In this video, I am going to be talking about how to talk to females, aka women. You're going to hear me pronounce it that way throughout the entirety of this video. I'm not purposefully trying to pronounce it that way. That is just how I say it. Women. All right. Now, you think that this problem would only be apparent in the younger generation, teens, guys in their early 20s. But the truth is, I'm seeing guys in their late 20s, early 30s, even on into their 40s say that they are scared to talk to women, that they struggle to talk to women. There is even a trend on social media where men will say, I'm just scared of women. I'm just scared to talk to women. Please don't say that. Please don't put that on yourself. Don't say, I am the type of person that is scared of women. You're just self-identifying as a loser at that point. Please avoid that type of language. And there are four main reasons why I think that men really struggle to talk to girls in today's society. And that is number one, because of social media, all right? People are a lot more awkward nowadays because there is a lot less social interaction. A lot of guys are playing video games, a lot of guys are watching TV, and the amount of conversations that people are having with other human beings has dramatically decreased, all right? Number two is going to be porn. All right. The average male is exposed to porn at 9 years old. You can imagine how incredible of an impact that has on a developing mind. And this makes sure that men are growing up being incredibly lust driven. Okay. And they are idolizing women throughout their entire childhood. They are thinking of them as these sort of majestic beasts that are only supposed to satisfy them sexually instead of actually looking at them like human beings. All right. Number three, men are not confident. You know, there's a masculinity crisis going on right now. They're not confident in themselves, and they haven't done anything that's worth taking pride in. Like, let's just be honest. The typical man is not very impressive. He does not have a great resume for achieving great things. Number four, this made it onto my board, which is feminism. That is another reason why men are struggling to talk to women, because I have talked to multiple guys that say that they are scared of talking to women because they're scared that they're going to get rape allegations, because they don't want to come off as creepy, and so they just decide not to interact with the opposite sex. This is a very prevalent problem. Feminism is bullshit. It's kind of ruining society. So that is one thing that I'm going to touch on as well inside this video. Now stick around, because I have got some awesome solutions for you guys here. I am going to break down everything that you ultimately need to do in order to start having positive, the type of interactions that you leave and you're like, okay, that was an awesome interaction that I just had with a female. All right, here we are. Number one, practice more social interactions. You need to get more reps in, all right? This is solving problem number one. There's not a lot of social interactions. I need you to practice social interactions. I need you to be active about it. I need you to go out and pursue social interactions in order to overcome this problem that you are running into, all right? Practice talking to less intimidating people. Like I said, a lot of people are wrapped up, seeing women as goddesses, and they're like these, these crazy creatures instead of just looking at them as other humans. All right. The best thing that you can do is go talk to less intimidating people, even if it's other guys. Like, walk up to another guy in a grocery store and start talking to him. Walk up to another guy in the gym and start talking to him. One thing that I did, because I noticed early on, I was like, it is a little bit stressful for me to talk to strangers. So early on, I made this promise to myself. I'm going to talk to one random person every single day, get their name. Like, doesn't matter where it is, if it's at the gym, I'm going to introduce myself to one random person, just strike up a conversation and just have like some chit chat. That is something that dramatically helped me, all right? You can also limit social media. Just make sure that you're not on there for too long, okay? The more time that you spend on social media in general, like the more time you're just getting unrealistic expectations of things shoved down your throat, and you're watching your social skills go bye-bye, all right? A couple different recommendations that I'm going to have for people. One's more religious. Get into a Bible group. It doesn't matter if it's co-ed, if it's just men, jump into a Bible group. That is going to get you having a lot more regular conversations with other people. It's going to allow you to practice having more social interactions. Join a martial arts group, like whatever you want to do, MMA, Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu, whatever it is. That's something that you can do that ultimately is going to get you into some sort of brotherhood. Just join a club of some kind where you're having a certain amount of social interactions. Don't just be hanging out with your friends on video games, please. This goes for the guys in their 20s and their 30s too, because I know you're fucking out there still addicted to your video games in your 20s and 30s. Number 2, all right? This is a big one. I harp on this all the time. Let's fix lust. Conquer lust, all right? Stop giving into your urges, okay? When you give into your urges, you are letting OnlyFans girls, the girls that are in porn, you are letting girls in general overtake your brain, all right? They have power over your brain now. As a man, you are supposed to have power. You are supposed to have control. You are supposed to be control of yourself. You are supposed to be inwardly focused. You are supposed to be confident. How can you do that when you can't control your own urges because you're giving away all of your energy to women? That's ridiculous. They have power over you. Just think about that. You're literally a cuck because you're doing this. So stop lusting after women, all right? Any man that drools over a woman, please make this a regular thing to simp shame them. If you are drooling after a woman, simp shame. Call out your fellow brothers, all right? Simping is one of the biggest problems with men in today's society. It is huge. So many men are simps. They have no problem drooling over women. So simp shame them, all right? We need to hold each other accountable. Say, dude, stop drooling over that girl. Stop obsessing over how hot she is. Stop it, all right? One of the reasons why having male friendships is so scarce and so valuable in today's society is because men will throw their brothers under the bus for female affirmation, for female attention. They will try to make you look bad in certain situations in front of women in order to elevate themselves. Why is that? Well, it's because for them, female attention is scarce. Okay? They don't get female attention very often. So you can tell if a friend throws you under the bus in the presence of a woman, they are not a real friend. Like this has happened to me plenty of times in the past. You know, we're hanging around a group of girls, and my friend who is uncomfortable, who doesn't get girls, likes to try to put me down, likes to try to make fun of me in front of them in order to get the female affirmation. This is never going to work, first of all. Like, women are going to look at you as weak for trying to get their affirmation. But also, this should remind you that true friends make other people, other men, look good around females. All right? You want to hype your boys up. All right? That's one thing that we also have to do, like as a brotherhood. If you're around the females, don't drag your friends down. Make them look good, all right? Going back to this, if somebody is throwing, a brother under the bus, simp shame, all right? So if a man is drooling over women, simp shame them, all right? Number 3, talk to all females like they are 300-pound whales, okay? And the reason why I tell you to do this is because it will remove all sexual desire from the conversation. So it's very, very similar to if you're scared of public speaking, imagining everybody as being naked. It's the same idea, but pretty much what you're doing by imagining that she's 300 pounds, you're talking to her like she's a 300-pound girl, you're taking the sexual attraction out of the conversation. All right? And one thing that I've even done is I will go up to girls and I will just talk to girls that I am not attracted to at all. I'm not attracted to them at all. They could be 30, 40 years old. Like, I'm not attracted to them. I'm not trying to talk to them in order to get their number. I just go up and I strike a conversation with them. More social interactions. And then when you do end up talking to that girl who oh man, she might be a little bit out of my league, treat her like a 300-pound whale. All right? And if that scares you, if you're still scared thinking about talking to a 300-pound woman, try a 400-pound woman. That's the next step. All right, so you can just progressively overload that. All right, now what this does in removing the sexual desire from the conversation It removes the self-qualification and over-explaining that so many men do when they are interacting with girls that they are incredibly attracted to. What does this look like? All right, this self-qualification. It's you're talking too much. All right? You're too engaged in the conversation. You're constantly trying to make sure that the conversation isn't awkward, okay? You're working too hard. Girls can feel this. They can feel if you are trying to self-qualify. And when you no longer go weak for her body, that will have a massive impact on how she views you and how the overall conversation goes, okay? So remember, girls can feel that energy if you are constantly trying to self-qualify. And not going weak for her body, this points all the way back up to number 2, which is fixing lust. If you are going weak for her body, if you are somebody that is thirsting over women, if you are watching women, if you see them as these magical creatures, that is a problem. You have to fix the lust. Now, ultimately, this is what happens. You exude confidence now. When you pull out the sexual component of these conversations, all right, now you exude self-mastery. And you may even exude mystery, which is one of the main things that attracts women. One thing I really want you guys to understand is that when you don't try to bang women, they become curious and fascinated with you, sometimes even obsessed with you. I talk about on here all the time. I'm a 24-year-old virgin. I've been celibate my entire life for religious reasons. I tell girls that very, very early on. Very, very early on. A lot of girls know that about me. You will notice that they will find you a lot more mysterious. They will be fascinated by you and sometimes obsessed with you when you show that you do not go weak for their body. When you show that you have power over your lust. When you show that the female body does not have power over your brain. This signals to them that you are a man that is in control. They are so drawn to a man that is in control. If he can control himself, he can also control me. That's what they think. All right, number 4, do hard shit. Doing hard shit is going to give you more confidence. Compete in a bodybuilding show. Do an obstacle course race. Do martial arts, things along those lines, all right? Take pride in your work. That's something that I'm constantly preaching here. As a man, you need to take pride in your work. It is so incredibly important. All right, number 5, let her fall into your masculine frame. What does this mean? Well, if your life is a picture frame, she should come into it and she should make it more beautiful, all right? But it ultimately should not require her. She should be coming into your life. One thing that you need to become is a man that says, I am a man that ... You should be a man that ... And if you don't have at least 5 to 10 things that are going to be able to fill that blank at the end of that statement, then you probably don't have a frame for a woman to fall into. You should be a man that blank. You should be a man that goes hiking. You should be a man that works out. You should be a man that practices martial arts. You should be a man that shoots guns. These are all typical things that ultimately encompass what a masculine frame looks like, but there's a whole lot of different things. So make sure that you have a life that she's ultimately coming into, and you aren't just a loser that's playing video games, jerking off all day. All right? Now, when it comes to the masculine frame, remember, you have to always ask yourself in a relationship with a woman, am I coming into her frame or is she coming into my frame? Okay? As the relationship progresses, maybe past the first talking phase, when you are in communication with them, always remember that. Always be very solidified in who you are as a man and let them make the effort to come into your life. You want to have something going on. This is what women desire. They want to enter into the life of the man, not the other way around, okay? Now, number 6. It's not creepy if you're a 7 and above, all right? This is the most important thing because some guys will just say, hey, I don't want to talk to girls because I don't want to seem creepy. Remember, If she considers you a 7 or above, then it's not creepy. So pretty much what you need to do is try your best to be a 7. You got that? You need to try to be a 7. How can you do that? Well, you can focus on things that you can control. You might not be able to control your height. You can't do that, all right? Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about what you can't control. Number 1, focus on your hygiene. Some of you fucking stink, bro. You fucking stink. Just take a shower. Clean your clothes a little bit more often. Clean the dirt out from under your fingernails. Some of you guys are nasty. I see you in the gym chewing on your fucking fingernails, gnawing on your calluses in between sets. What the fuck is that? Get rid of that, dude. That is so bad. Like, not only is that just disgusting, but that also just shows how anxious you are, that you have these little things that you're constantly doing. Be totally fine just standing there. Stop chewing on your fingernails. Number 2, dress better. Just pay a little bit more attention to how you dress, okay? It's not that big of a deal. You don't need to be wearing suits all the time. But at the same time, some of you guys walk around like you're homeless. Please, just put a little bit of extra effort into how you dress. Wear something that complements you, your personality, and your physique. Just put a little bit more thought into it, okay? Number 3 is going to be your hair. Some of you guys don't even do your fucking hair when you wake up in the morning. That's like step number 0. Do your fucking hair when you wake up in the morning, all right? Number 7, learn to speak with no insecurity. When you learn to speak with no insecurity, women can feel this, because if you are the slightest bit insecure when you are talking to them, they will pounce on that. They can smell it. It's like blood in the water. When you feel insecure and you're talking to them, I'm telling you, dude, they can sense it. And they hate that. They hate that in a man. The insecurity ultimately points towards weakness, all right? They can sense it. When you speak as if you are giving no fucks, all right? That's pretty much how you go about every single interaction. You don't care if somebody disagrees with you. When you say something, you just say it, okay? If somebody has a negative reaction to something you say, you don't really give a fuck. It's not that big of a deal. You just kind of go on to the next thing. I've personally been in so many situations on like a first, second, third date where something went incredibly wrong and I was like, oh gosh, like I'm on the inside, I'm like freaking out, like I can't believe this went wrong. Like I forgot my wallet somewhere, we went to the wrong place. Something is going wrong, okay? Nothing turns a woman off more if she can ultimately see that you are insecure in that moment and you're kind of losing your shit. So what you need to do is you need to be a rock. You just need to be a rock. Like, oh man, I forgot my wallet back at my place, you know, or something like that. Or, oh, we went to the wrong place. Or, oh, I made the reservation for the wrong time. That sucks. What else should we do? You know what I'm saying? Like when you speak, give no fucks, all right? Don't hang on trying to defend what you say. Say what you think. Be honest. Be outright. Don't worry about offending people. Stop walking on eggshells, okay? This is a huge point for just men in general, not just even when it comes to talking to women, all right? And last point of the video. Hopefully you guys found this incredibly helpful. Make sure to drop a like down below if you did. But number 8, if everything goes wrong, all right, and since feminism is so prevalent, you don't want to get Me Too'd, you don't want to get grape allegations. If everything goes wrong, all right, and you're below a 6, so she's like, creep, this guy's a creep, all right, act gay. Abort the mission. Maybe even hit her with one of these. Say, oh, girl, no, I like dudes, all right? So that is your fail-safe. It's definitely not ideal. It's sort of a last resort. But at the end of the day, that is a way that you can kind of fight fire with fire. The fire being like feminism and getting called a creep, and you being below a 6, you can fight that by just saying, I like dudes. All right? Once again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like on it. Drop a comment down below if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.